Hey everybody, it's Christy with Christy Cole Artistry. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you to all of my subscribers. I appreciate you continuing on this journey with me. Tonight I'm going to be working on a 12 by 24 black canvas and the background is actually a very, very dark blue, but when it dries it does dry quite black versus navy blue. I've mixed so much blue in here and I'm just going to leave it now since I've got a full jug of it. But I was trying for a very dark blue-black indigo and it's still coming out very, very black, so that's fine. I'm going to run the canvas vertically tonight, and my color palette is going to be copper, gold, silver, and my new Academy Acrylic Ultramarine Blue. I really like this blue, how vibrant it is, and it's really pretty with all the metallics. I'm also going to be using my Blickrylic White in my special bottle that has cell creator in it, because we are going to go for some cell creation with this kind of swipe technique that I'm going to be doing tonight. So let me show you the experiment that I started out with. So in between doing videos for you, I always do like little experimental paintings for myself, for family, and for trying new techniques or whatever. And I usually use these 9 by 12 or 8 by 10 canvases because I can play around with colors and things like that, and if I don't like them I can scrape them or I can paint over them. But I really liked how this one turned out, so I actually put the high gloss on this one. So this is the experiment painting that prompted me to want to do a larger one. So this was using, again, the kind of blue-black that I created, but as you can tell it really looks black when it's dry. I haven't looked at it in the sunlight, so it may lighten up in the sunlight, but it really looks black. I use silver, copper, gold, and my Academy Acrylic Blue that I'm planning on using tonight. As you can see, there is some blue in here, some down here and here. But all of the blue striations that were really prominent right here, by the time the painting dried, they all disappeared. So that's something I want to make sure I get back in there. And then if you notice the white cells that are happening across here and then throughout here, that is what we're going to create using the Blick White with the cell creator, because that's also what I'm looking for. When I created this small version, I only had a very small palette knife, so it took me a long time just to get these swiped so that I could then tilt the canvas and stretch them out. So since I haven't been able to get a reasonable size palette knife, because mine's a little tiny one on a handle, I'm going to use this spatula. Yes, it's a cake spatula, but it's large enough to hold enough of the white paint to do the at least 2 swipes that I want to do on this 12 by 24 canvas. So I needed one that was bigger, and I honestly forgot to go to the store and get a palette knife. So I'm just going to use this. It should work just fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the canvas flooded with the black, get the rest of the colors ready to go, and then I'm going to bring you down and we're going to get started. So I'll be right back. While it's wet, it does have a blue tinge to it, so I really hope that on this larger canvas, if I have enough space in between the 2 swipes, that you'll actually see the blue and it won't turn so black on me. But because I wanted the blue and the blue to go together. but we will have to wait and see how this one dries. I see the blue now, but I saw the blue in the other painting too before it dried. All right, so we've got a good coating of our blue black on, just making sure we have coverage on all the sides. Like so, and then making sure my corners are covered as well. Okay, now we shall torch the bubbles, because I don't like bubbles. We're looking for cells tonight, not bubbles. All right, let's torch the bubbles. Here we go. I wonder if you can see, I think you can. You can see like the wave in each of the lines because I blew them up. There's like the wave of the blue-black kind of mixed in here. It really looks pretty cool. And since we're going to be swiping two different directions, so my plan is to pour the puddle here and then swipe this way. Pour the puddle here and then swipe this way. But we'll have to watch how the paint goes. So here are my colors for tonight. I have my Liquitex Basics Copper, and that will be my starting color. I have my Liquitex Basics, or did I say Liquitex Basics? I did. Oh, this is my Liquitex Basics Copper. I ran out of my Deco art. So that is newly mixed up Liquitex Basics. The other colors are my Deco Art Extreme Sheen Sterling Silver, my Extreme Sheen 24 karat Gold will be the last color on, and my Ultramarine Blue will be color number 3 on. All right, so let's get started. All right, so how I had done it the last time, and I've got the painting here so I can kind of follow in a way, because I do want it to somewhat turn out the same. So what I did on the first one is I put a good amount up here, and I put a good amount lower down here. I probably should have kept them a little closer together, but that's okay. All right, next is the silver. Okay, and I put the silver kind of like a band, like so. Okay. Then I put the blue in, and I'm going to give it more blue this time, only because, like I said, I lost a lot of the blue, and I really would like to keep a lot of the blue this time, because I want the blue to help show the blue background versus it looking black, which is kind of what happened on the last painting. And then we are going to add our gold. Now my gold took over last time, so I'm going to be a little more gentle on the gold, because I do know that I had a lot of gold on it because I really wanted the gold to shine, but I really want the blue to shine this time. And so what I did with the gold is I kind of went around like this with the gold in the last painting, but I'm also going to just give it a little squiggly wiggly. Okay, so those are our colors, and what we are going to do now, besides torching the bubbles, is we're going to swipe these colors with our whites with our cell creator. And I found when I was trying to dip it off of a paper, it just wasn't working for me. I mean, it was okay, but I found it was easier if I just put it on the spatula. Literally just kind of painted it on the spatula. So that's what I'm going to try tonight. So I am just going to apply the paint onto the spatula, and then I'm going to do my swipe. So what I'm going to do on this one is, like I said, I'm going to go swipe this way and up, and this one I'm going to go that way. So we're just going to lay it on in, like so, and then ever so gently, we are going to swipe. Okay. And I'm just going to pick it up from here, lightly swipe off that much. Okay. That sit for a minute, and in the meantime, cleaning off my spatula so that I get fresh paint in the spatula again. I'm spreading it in the middle of the spatula, and again, this is just a cake spatula that I had, so I'm going to go that way. A little weird angle here, but I'm going to go this way. So I'm just going to lay it in here, and I'm going to bring it up like so. This is kind of what I did the last time. So again, wipe off my spatula, add some of the white, spread it around a little bit. Swipe this last little section, but I kind of want to bring it this way a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, I'm not too concerned about here. I am a little concerned about this little area here that looks really thick to me, so I'm going to gently, I say, swipe this one again lightly. Yeah, like so. So I need to get the cells going. Okay, so that's pretty good. Doesn't look like much yet, but when we start stretching it, it'll look really pretty. So I'm going to torch it. Things encouraged, and then we're going to tilt it. Now this one's a little bigger, so it's going to be a little harder to tilt, and I do know that we're going to lose some. Just want to get rid of some of this because it might push my gold too much. Okay, here we go. So I love this. I love this, but right there, there's something in the paint that's kind of dragging paint around. Not the way I want it to. Well, bottom. Just not quite there with the top yet. Not sure I like this part yet. I may have to remove some of that, but we have to get rid of this icky in here. So we're going to try it this way because I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what that was. I thought I saw another one near the top. Yeah, right here. Not sure what that one was either. Okay, so I love the bottom. The bottom looks really good. This section here I just am not thrilled with. I think there's too much of the cell creator and not enough of the color. So I want to get rid of some of that. And I want to bring up my white space a little bit more. So we're just going to scrape a little bit of this off, like so. And off the sides. Okay. Alright, that looks better. And then we'll add some more of the blue black to the canvas. We'll smooth that out. That'll also help get the paint moving again in just a second. So let's use the spatula since we have it out. Smooth this back on here, like so. Oh, I'm terrible at left-handed. It's funny because in my large family, there are 2 people who are left-handed, and the rest of us are right-handed out of the 8 of us. And I am right-handed. But 2 of my brothers are left-handed. And my eldest daughter is left-handed. And being that I am not left-handed, trying to teach her to write and things when she was little was difficult because she was naturally left-handed and I wasn't, so I got her into school writing right-handed, but as she got older, she naturally took over and started doing everything left-handed. So it's just one of those interesting things that, I don't know how lefties and righties work. I just know that I had difficulty teaching her because I was right-handed. But children adapt. Okay, so I think it's a little rough, but I just want to get the blue back on so I can get messing with this. So I love what happened here. This is sort of what happened on that bottom of that painting. It's not bad, but it's not exactly what I was looking for. So I think what I want to do, because I want a little more movement in it, I'm going to try just tilting and hoping that the blue that I just applied naturally moves. I see some bare spots. Naturally moves down and take some of that off. So it's gonna do that because I need just a little more design in there. Okay. Okay, let's bring it back now. And I'm hoping that we've now opened up some of the, that will have helped open up some of the cells and just create a little bit more interest. Okay, even though the cells aren't coming as much as I was hoping, there are some coming. I wish you guys could see this, but I just only have one camera right now. What I'm seeing is some of the cells are coming through. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted. I wanted something dramatic up here. And even though I don't have a lot of the cells that I was hoping for, I have them down here, and that's really pretty. Alright, so I like that so far. Okay, so now the next thing I want to work on is, I feel like I had like a dramatic swipe on that one, and I kind of want to make this a little more dramatic and up here. So what I need to do is I need to add, oh, I dipped it in there. I need to add enough blue to move that again, but only up. So I am going to add a little bit more color. And I'm going to add the color. I'm going to add the gold for sure in the color. So I'm going to add the color in the color. Does that make sense? I want this to move up a little bit, but I wanted to maintain some of the color. Now we lost some copper in here, so I'm going to add copper in the hopes that we can bring back some of that dramatic copper in here. Silver I think is good for now. The blue I think is good. Okay, but I am going to swipe it one more time and see what happens. So again, I'm just using a cake spatula. You can use whatever, you know, palette knife you have. I just don't have any palette knives that are, I have a little tiny one and it just doesn't work. Okay, so I have a lot on here and I'm going to push it up to where I actually need it to go, which is just in this little section here. Okay, I'm gonna pour a little bit off, and then I'm gonna swipe. See what I meant? I needed a more dramatic, like I have on the other one. It's a different direction, but that's okay. All right, so now, while I've got it wet, I'm going to add it here as well, just a little bit. Because again, I feel like it will be really pretty. I'm going to add some blue to this part, just up here a little bit, in between here, because that's where I'm going to swipe. All right, let's move our cell creator down into position here. All right. And this is an odd way to swipe, but here we go. There. Okay. Alright. I think that's more kind of what I was looking for as far as dramatic went. We'll just let that blow up a little bit. And I really kind of want to get some of these cells to really form in here. Okay, so now we've got that. I'm just going to let it sit for a minute. Clean this up. Spot there I don't like. Torch it. Okay. Now we have enough blue that it should be able to go both that way and this way. Just to make sure to add a little bit more, and then we're going to tilt it again. This should be settling down, so it shouldn't move too much. But I want to kind of encourage that created more of the drama I was looking for. Okay, so this is more of the drama I was looking for. Now I do see there's a lot of the white cell creator in there, and I'm not too thrilled about that. I am going to tilt this way because I do want over here. I don't have any color on here, so it's not running off the way it should be. So I'm going to tilt this and get that to run off. There we go. Encourage that to go down the side. Okay, that should pull itself down. like this now. I just don't like what got left over here. So let's see how gentle we can be about moving this around. Okay. I'm just not left-handed. Ugh. Bringing out some of the color again. Okay, I'll let that settle a minute. Alright, think about this for a minute. I love what happened up here. I'm still just not happy with this middle section. I need to bring this back out of here. Oh, you got some color under there. Maybe I'll leave that. Maybe it's kind of pretty there. Okay. Love parts of this. It's just the section in the middle, it's just not cooperating. Bottom looks good. Top looks good. That I love. This right here is not looking good. So it's not working. We keep playing. So I wanted, like I said, with the other painting, there was sort of a dramatic center to it that sort of leapt off the canvas in the middle here. And I'm glad the blue stayed. It just looks like a big square to me. So I really want, like, this section here to be more colorful. And if I have to bring it all the way down to the canvas to get that, I will. But yeah, it's just not colorful enough. So, I know, I'm scraping again. And if I don't like it, I'm gonna fix it so that I do like it. And right now, I don't. And these swipes, you know, you can't always control the swipe. At least I can't. I'm sure there's people out there that say, oh yeah, I can, but it's not me. Okay, so I just want to clean out, you might say, this coppery stuff and reapply it. Look at that, left-handed. Wow. All right. Sometimes these work really good too. Look at that. I know. I don't know if you guys are yelling at me, but from my point of view, I didn't like this section right here. It seemed very blah. And like I said, that's from my direction. Sometimes when I look at the paintings afterward on camera, from your side they look a lot better than what I'm looking at. And so yeah, sometimes I say, oh, I wished I hadn't touched that because it looks so pretty that direction. But hindsight, huh? Okay. So I cleaned out that section because I really like this section. I like this section. I just want this section to go over here more. So that's what we're gonna work on. Is we're gonna get this section to move and this section to have a little more color in it. Hope that makes sense. So we're going to add enough of the blue paint. So that they're good. Ever notice how nice and cool the paint is? There's just something about it that's soothing. Right now, as you know, I'm in Minnesota, and we were having unbelievable cold temperatures for May and parts of June. Well, we are still in June. However, we are now in a heat wave where we may hit heat indexes and have hit heat indexes in the 106 range. And for Minnesota, that's kind of unusual. Hot, sticky, one of those things where you just want to stay inside, stay cool. Just looking at all my colors, I am going to add a little silver in here. And then we are going to add some more blue, because I really like this blue and I want to keep with the blue. Okay. Then for this section that I was telling you about, I'm going to add some copper. And a lot of this is just going to be runoff, but I do want to keep a little bit of the color. Some gold. And I'm not going to use silver there, because I'm going to swipe that and I'm going to let it run off. But I am going to add a little bit more blue. Because again, the whole point of this painting was to have the blue against the blue-black indigo background, and I didn't get that. Okay, swipe time. And this time we are going to swipe that way. So probably about here would be good. Maybe a little longer. Let it run, and then swipe that off. And then I am going to, like I said, I'm going to tilt that off. So I'm just going to take a little bit more. There we go. See what happens there. Now this part's going to be a little trickier because, like I said, my spatula is long, skinny spatula, and I need to go kind of like this. So hopefully I'll have enough on here. Like so. Okay, here we go. Bring some of the color up into that almost all gold section. Alright, I'm beginning to like that. That gave me more interest up here, which is what I was looking for. Now, again, because I want this to move a little bit, I'm going to add just a touch more of the blue to help us move this around. Okay, here we go. Now that's more what I was looking for. I love that. Okay. Alright. So we have the gold, but we have the blue intermingling with the copper and everything. We've got the squiggles that I wanted with all of the colors there. I think it is bubbles good. Whew, I thought that was another glob. Alright. Let me see if we can get those two bubbles at once. There we go. Got both of them at once. I'm okay with this little strip here. That's actually kind of pretty. But I am going to see what this is. That is a little tiny bubble. Alright, sides ran down nice. I love this now. The bubble, or the cells are starting to really pop. Just going to tap the side here. Blue. Tap the side here. Get this to come down. Gorgeous. Oh, I hope your side looks good. The rest of these sides are just flowing just beautifully. Okay, I know this is a long video, but the swipe process to get what you want takes a little time. As you can see, I've always told you I'm a messy painter. I've made quite a mess here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up my mess as much as I can without moving the painting. and then I'm going to bring you down. I'm going to show you this beautiful painting. So I hope you enjoyed this video so far. I'll be right back. So I wanted to remind you of the sample painting. So here was the little sample painting that I had done. And you can kind of see the blue throughout here. But when I painted this one, all of this was blue. This whole area was blue. But as you can see, it just sort of got swallowed up in the gold and the copper. So while I love how beautifully shimmer and shiny this is, I lost the blue. So let's look at tonight's painting. So here is tonight's painting, and I couldn't be happier. I am kind of new to swipes, and so as you can tell, it took me a while to get it the way I wanted it. But I believe that the blue will stay. I've got the cells popping that I wanted, not too many, because I don't like it when it gets too many cells. And I just love how this top came out. I wanted it to be dramatic, and I think it is. I think it looks really good. I'm going to scrape it so that it doesn't keep pulling this off of there, but I love it so far. And I did decide to keep this little swoosh that happened, because when I touched it, the colors popped up. So I'm going to leave that. And I think this little dot here might produce something. If I see that it's not doing anything interesting, then I'll probably pull that out of there. But I absolutely love how these cells came out, and how, like here, how the blue is so dramatic when you use the cell creator in the white, and then the copper pops through. This part I'm so happy that I redid, because now I see the colors that I had in my mind. And like I said, you can never repeat a design. I mean, so there's no way I could have recreated this exact design with the blue I wanted, because it's a swipe and it just does its own thing. But I love this painting. It is so beautiful. And with all these beautiful shimmery shiny colors, when I put on the high gloss coating, it is just going to shine. So let's take you down and show you some close up. Look at that. Absolutely love that these areas. I love how I tilted it to get some of the dramatic effect. I'm so glad that I took out some of the gold and added some of the blue back in. I just like how all these little squiggles, they all made themselves just by tilting the canvas. Here's that little squiggle I decided to leave in. And then look at all this. There's just so much going on. So much. And it's still pretty. The shimmer is just gorgeous. So let me see, once again, if I can get you all the way up here and show you the whole painting. Well, that's most of it. But I think it came out really nice, so please let me know what you think. Did you prefer that I didn't redo this bottom section here? Did you like it the way it was before? I thought it was too square, but like I said, from your side, when I play back the video, maybe I'll agree and like it if you did. But let me know in the comments what you think. I love your comments. I read them. I respond to them as soon as I can. Most of the time it's within a few hours. But if I'm at work, of course, I have to wait till I get home. So let me know. And as you can see, I think you could see how blue this flood color was. But to me, it's already blackening and looks like it's darkening. But it's still okay. It's still really gorgeous. So, again, thank you to my subscribers. I appreciate you all. If you haven't subscribed and you're interested in my videos, go ahead and subscribe. I do videos every 3 days. Like I said, in between, I'm usually working on samples or trying different color combinations. If I like the color combinations, you'll see them in videos. If I don't even show you the video, because they, if they come out hideous, I'm not going to show them to you. So, yeah, and if you have any colors that you'd like me to try, I mean, here is a small portion of the colors that I have. I have them on the table, I have them on the cart, I have them on the second shelf of the cart, and then I have a whole nother tray or cart full of them in my guest bedroom where I keep a lot of my paintings. So if there is a color combination that you would like me to try, please put it in the comments or just email me. My email address is at the end of every videos. It's ccoleartistry, all one word, @gmail.com. All right, until our next video in 3 days, please take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Bye.